Hey guys, happy Tuesday. Wow. Hey to everyone in the chat. We got Mark, we got Stacy, we got Film Buff, we got Antwitch, Dan Breaker, Larry, Mark, I already said Mark, sorry, Jay Donovan. Um, what's going on? Obviously, a lot has changed since we had Horror Movie Club last week. Um, I'm not sure about where all you guys are. I've kept in touch with some of you via Twitter and in the comments about what's going on in everyone's different locations. I'm in New York, so basically at this point, um, we have like all restaurants, bars, gyms, theaters, all that has been totally shut down. Restaurants are still doing, I think, to go and delivery, so that's a thing. Let's see. We have schools are closed until 4/20, April 20th, and they are in talks. I don't know. There was a rumor on the internet today that we might be preparing for a full lockdown, whatever that means. But basically, right now the social distancing is very much like a choice. And what I'm hearing is that, which they've already implemented in other countries, is more of a forced you have to stay in your house thing. Um, I haven't left my house. Let's see. Yesterday I did go for like a jog, which is very unlike me, by the way. But I thought I really needed to like get outside for a minute, so I just jogged around and came back. Today, I did not leave. I worked from home. Um, so yeah, it's going okay. We're in crazy times. It is insane. I truly hope all of you are doing okay. I know it's just chaos and uncertainty and anxiety. Um, but at least we get to stay home and watch movies. Try to look on the bright side of things. Um, I'm very grateful that my job was able to work from home. I know not everyone is having that luxury right now. But yeah, it's all wild, y'all. It really feels like the beginning of a horror movie. It's like all the news clips of just like schools closed, restaurants closed, like everything is closed. Almost. I mean, the weirdest thing to me, or it was like there's a couple moments that really were really sunk in. I guess one working from home, that that's pretty crazy. But the other moment I had was 2 days ago when I woke up. I looked at my phone, like my Google Calendar. I looked at my Google Calendar and I started scrolling and I realized every single thing on my calendar besides work had been canceled. Just every single thing. Which is really, it's a wild thing, except for Horror Movie Club. So thank God we can still do this. Oh, yeah. Um, but yeah, and the other thing that I've noticed mostly today, because I didn't work yesterday, but from today I just, time is starting to feel a little strange, just from not leaving the house. Where after I did my work day, I like passed out on the couch, like took a nap. I do not take naps. I mean, I like the idea of naps, and if you do take naps, more power to you. But I sort of just like passed out on the couch, and I woke up because my dad called me, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's like almost time for Horror Movie Club. Like, what's going on? What time is it? What year is it?" And I was like thinking about like, wow, and like if this goes on for weeks or however long, imagine just being like, what? Like, no one's gonna know what day it is or what time it is. It's just gonna feel like this giant like loop. So that's all kind of crazy. I hope some horror movie writers are feeling inspired to write some things with all this insanity right now. Let me see. Over in the chat. Let's see. Yeah, we have some people from Europe here. We got some people from Canada. Everyone's really kind of going through the same stuff, y'all. Um, so I said this in my last video, but I'll say it again here. This isn't really a problem here for Horror Movie Club, but just in general, be extra nice to each other on the internet. Everyone's going through it. Everyone's dealing with their own struggles and battles throughout this whole thing. So just be super nice to each other. That's what I would say. But you guys are always nice to each other, so I don't really have to worry about that. I truly, like, I'm a very small YouTube channel, so there's obviously, like, not that many people to worry about, I guess. But in general, I feel like I always have very, like, nice people on here. And I'm very grateful for that, because I know some people, like, get more trolls and those kinds of things. And every now and then someone will say something sassy, but it's never really that bad. So I am very grateful for that. Let's see. Hello, Robert, Scuba Steve. Let's see who else is in here. Ben's here. Um, yeah, Stacy's talking about empty grocery store shelves. It actually, I mean, once again, I haven't been out in a couple days, but a couple days ago when I went grocery shopping, um, it just sort of depended on the grocery store. Like, one grocery store near me was a little more wiped out, but the one I went to after that was like fully stocked, and like the lines were not even long. So I was like, I don't know. But once again, haven't been out in a couple days. Thank you, Mark, for saying I'm rocking the glasses. One thing that I'm gonna start probably tomorrow is getting into real clothes. I mean, and not real clothes. Like, I'll probably still wear like leggings. Um, but today I literally just like rolled out of bed and like got on my computer at the kitchen table and just like, instead of like kind of getting ready for the day. And I feel like sort of getting ready for the day, even if it's just changing out of my sleep sweatpants into daytime sweatpants. I think those kinds of things will be helpful to me personally, so I'm going to try to do that. Let's see. Hey, Ollie, what's up? If I missed anyone, I'm so sorry. Let's see. We got Justin. What's up? Yes, I'm excited to talk about scanners. Um, yeah, Sky just said being an introvert is the mood right now. I love that. Boom, boom, boom. All right, scanners. So yeah, today we're talking about scanners. If you haven't been here in a minute, we are in Cronenberg month. It was just his birthday last week, which, to be honest, I didn't even know, so that was just a surprise. I was like, oh, all right, well, we chose well, didn't we? Or you guys chose well. I'm gonna sit up a little bit. So let's see. So we talked so far about Videodrome and The Brood. And now we're sort of going in chronological, or we are. Now we're going in chronological order of releases. And oh, Aunt Wish, I'm really glad you're here. I know this horror movie club is definitely gonna be a big source of social interaction for me. Oh, Toby, look what Toby just did. He just came inside of my lap. Hello. That's so sweet. He just got a bath, and he really looks like a tiny prince now. Or he got a bath a couple days ago. If you're a patron on my Patreon, you'll get to see his bath time, which is quite wild. Um, but anyway, sorry. So yes, so scanners. Toby, you're too sweet. In terms of Cronenberg's work, let's see here. Just to make sure, this is 1981. And this is the movie that came after, let's see, oh, right after The Brood. Okay, great. So his first few movies, including The Brood, so The Brood ended up being sold as kind of a, like, B movie, if you will. But it did get some traction, and from his other works, like, they knew that he had some markability and, like, they could turn a profit off Cronenberg movies. And this is another movie that I almost said Canada. Guys, this quarantine. Okay. This is another movie that oh my god, Canada helped finance. Oh my god, that was wild. And this one in particular, the way in which they had to get the financing did put quite a strain on the making of Scanners. From what I understand, it was very, very rushed. Apparently, Cronenberg was basically writing scenes in the morning and then filming them when he got to set. It was extremely rushed. The script was not done going in. Even throughout the process, I was just watching, I did link one little discussion in the description today. I'm going to try to link another one. I don't know if I can even do that. I don't know if I can edit this while I'm on here. But let me try because there is a YouTube video called Scanner's Way Creating Special Effects, which I think is a special feature from the Criterion release that's just got uploaded to YouTube. But it's all the special effects people talking, and I found it really interesting. So I'm going to see if I can put that down here. You might have to just refresh the page to see it, but let me put it real quick. Let's see. I'll just write special effects. Because I thought it was cool. And the first video that I put on here, in the whatchamacallit, in the description, is just like this guy started talking about it, but it's a really well done video, and it doesn't have that many views, and I was like, everyone should watch this. This guy seems really smart, and I don't know who he is, but it was a pretty great video. So, yes. Okay, so, yeah, so Scanners had a little bit of difficulty while it was getting made. In the special effects thing, they talk about the fact that they had to keep hiring new special effects people throughout because they couldn't do all the things that Cronenberg wanted to be done. So, like, they eventually had to hire Dick Smith, who ended up being a huge part of Scanners and all the crazy stuff you see, particularly the ending special effects. If you've seen it yet, you probably know what I'm talking about, but the telekinetic battle at the end. And yeah, and I think we could talk a little bit more about that as we go through the plot. But overall, I will say this one for me, I did really like it. I thought it was a really awesome movie. I also love things with telekinetic powers. Like, I love Stranger Things. I love Carrie. Like, all those sort of things I'm really into. But for some reason, this movie did feel a little bit slower to me. It didn't feel as, like, quick and go. I don't know. But the special effects for me in this one really made up for any time the plot sort of started lagging a bit. Because you do see sort of the same kinds of things over and over again in terms of, like, conversations and plots, I'll say. But the special effects, I think, really make up for any, like, story stuff that's not, like, amazing. Okay, so, as I said, obviously written and directed by Cronenberg. Top billed in this movie is Jennifer O'Neill, who plays Kim Obrist. And it's funny because she apparently is very famous. I honestly don't know a lot of her work. But she was top billed in this movie, and she doesn't even come in until the 37-minute mark, which feels kind of like a long time for your top billed actress. But the lead in this, I would definitely say, is Stephen Lack, who plays Cameron Vale. He's sort of got the big eyes and all that. And then we also have Patrick McGoohan, who plays Dr. Paul Ruth. And we have Lawrence Dane, who plays Braden Keller. And we have Michael Ironstein, who plays Darryl Revick. And Robert Silverman, who plays Benjamin Pierce. Okay. And some more, but that's what we'll start with. So, Scanners, David Cronenberg sort of centered around this idea that there are a subgroup of humans that have psychic abilities, all different kinds of things. There's a list on Wikipedia that I'll read that I don't even know what all these mean. With extrasensory perception, telepathy, mind control, empathy, biopathy, cyberpathy, technopathy, telekinesis, and psychokinesis, I think. I wonder what the difference between those are. Oh, okay. Psychokinesis is psychic ability allowing a person to influence a physical system without physical interaction. So I guess that's things like making that guy's heart beat faster. Those kinds of things. But it centers around this private military company called ConSec, who, and it's funny because it sort of reminds me of like X-Men or things like that. But they have this military company that wants to use scanners as a powerful new weapon of sorts. And they do this. The movie starts off with this demonstration, and it's funny because the most famous. Ugh, I keep like slumping down. Okay, let me readjust. Okay, the most famous special effect in this movie is definitely the head explosion, which has been used as a overused GIF on Twitter and all those things. But it's a pretty spectacular special effect. But it's basically they're trying to do a live demonstration of a scanner's abilities. They pull up another scanner to come on stage and show them, and that scanner basically blows up the presenter's head. The volunteer is Daryl Revick, who we will find out more about a little bit later on. But so after he explodes that dude's head, or I guess I'll talk about the special effect for that one a little bit, even though you can watch that documentary. So for that one, apparently what they did, and they had to try like a bunch of different ways, but in this one, the way they ended up going with is that they filled up this cast of the actor's head with everything with everything from like leftover hamburgers to, you know, corn syrup based blood to dog food to Jello, just all kinds of stuff in there. And then they actually angled a shotgun from below the back of the head, and they literally shot a shotgun to explode the head while they filmed it, and everyone just stood far back, which I thought was kind of crazy because I feel like that would never, like, I feel like you would not be allowed to do that now. I don't know. Like, shooting a real shotgun on set, like, I feel like you would definitely get in trouble for that, but I don't know. After that, so Daryl Revick tries to escape after exploding that dude's head. The officers try to take him into custody, but he kills them. And we also see that he has this sort of like circle thing in the middle of his head that sort of feels like the idea of a third eye. But we'll get to what that's about in a minute. Okay, so then we have like a big meeting of the people that run Consec. And it's also funny, like, I feel like a lot of Cronenberg movies right now are just, not that they're timely in a way that they have anything to do with the coronavirus, they have anything to do with this type of thing. But it was interesting to like watch that government meeting and just be like, I wonder what the government meetings about corona are right now. Like, everything is so crazy and like, I don't know. But let's see. Okay, so the head of Consec, or the security head, I don't know. Brandon Keller says they should shut down the whole research program, and the program head, Dr. Paul Ruth, says no. This presentation and the head explosion, all this stuff just proves to us how powerful scanners are, and that is the reason why we need to harness their power and use them for our own whatever. So we already know that's probably going to be bad. And then they need to find someone else because they basically are like, they know there's this like sort of underground group of scanners. They don't know how to access them, so they need to get a scanner on their side. So that's what they know they need to do. They end up finding one, Cameron Vale, who's our leading man, who apparently is like, the Wikipedia says a homeless social outcast. But I didn't even know he was homeless or an outcast. But he basically has been consumed by his power to the point where he's like kind of lost it. And so they inject him with this thing called I'm going to say it wrong. Ephemeral? I think that's right. Ephemeral? Can't really remember. Which is this little tiny vial with like a blue label on it. And that's going to become really important later on. But it's important the whole time, I guess. They inject him with it, and it basically kind of brings him back down to center. And it sort of limits his scanning abilities, but it makes him be able to think straight again. And once they do that, Dr. Ruth explains to Vale what a scanner is. and explains that there's this enemy called Revik, who is the Daryl Revik who exploded the guy's head, and he's killing all the scanners who refuse to join him. And then Ruth also helps Vale start to hone his scanning abilities. In one sequence, we'll see, as I mentioned earlier, speeding up an old man's heart rate, which just feels very rude. Couldn't they have picked a young man to do that too? I don't know. But Vale basically makes this guy's heart beat faster and faster and faster. Dr. Ruth tells him to stop. He doesn't stop at first. And it's clear that, like, he's sort of not, like, drunk on the power, but, like, enjoys the power that he is experiencing. I know I'm, like, probably there's quite a delay as always, but I just saw that Mark said Savini would have done it in a lot safer way. That's probably true. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. Savini's pretty punk rock. I don't know. Okay. So, from there... Okay. And there's a couple things that are in this Wikipedia plot that, like, I don't think I really registered while watching the movie, but I'm going to tell it to you anyway. So, Dr. Ruth... Oh, sorry. The security head that we mentioned earlier wanted to shut down the program. His name is Keller. Apparently works for Revik as a spy. And so through that, Revik learns about Dr. Lu's whole plan. And he dispatches assassins to follow Vale as he visits an unaffiliated scanner named Benjamin Pierce. So basically, Vale's trying to go find other scanners to bring into the group, and Revik's trying to stop him, okay? And so throughout this, we get a lot of sequences of people with shotguns shooting at scanners, and I feel like it happens, like, so many different times throughout the movie. It's like, maybe shotguns are the only way to kill scanners, I don't know, but it feels like the same way. It feels like a repeat of, like, the scene 3 times in this weird way. I don't know if anyone else felt that way. Not that, like, a horror movie needs to have, like, more variety in their kills. It doesn't have to. That's not really what this movie is about. But I was like, I feel like I just watched a scene just like this. I feel like I just watched a scene just like this. But maybe that's just me. So Vale eventually does track down a scanner whose name is Kim Obrist, who once again is our top billed actress of Jennifer O'Neill. And she has this group of people, of scanners, that sort of work together. Unclear what they're doing. I don't know exactly. But he basically joins in on a group meeting. But here comes another group of shotguns, and Revik's assassins come in and shoot a bunch of people. And the only survivors are Vale and Obrist. Okay? Okay. So, okay. Another thing that, like, I'm not sure I totally understood. Okay. This is scanning an assassin. Vale learns of the drug company, which he then infiltrates. So this is basically Vale is finding out about the ephemeral, and then it's being distributed under a computer company named Ripe, who's run by Revik. So we start to understand that Revik is much more involved in something that we're not quite sure what yet. We understand that it has to do with this drug, ephemeral. We're not sure why yet. But Vale and Obrist... Wait. Oh, okay, but Vale, he goes in and he scans the computer system to learn more about whatever this is. And then somehow Keller gets Obrist. See, I'm sorry. Like, I swear I watched this movie, but I feel like I'm, like, not remembering everything perfectly. But somehow, can't remember how, Keller gets Kim Obrist, and he's, like, questioning her in a room, and he doesn't believe she's a scanner. I don't know how, like, he comes to that conclusion, but he decides he's not a scanner. He slaps her, but he knows that she knows everything. So he's trying to get information out of her. He slaps her, which is so rude, and then she uses her scanning abilities to, like, attack him, and it's pretty epic. She's also like the only woman in this movie, by the way. Like this is like the most male heavy cast I've ever seen. So when she sort of like gets slapped in the face, I was like, come on. And then she finally like rises up and like attacks, and I was like, okay, that's good. Um, yes. So, ba. Okay. Okay, and the next thing that happens, or the next important thing, I don't know, is that, or the next thing I remember, I guess I'll say that. So Obrist is in this waiting room, and she actually ends up getting scanned by a woman's fetus. So there's a pregnant woman in the waiting room, and she is getting scanned, and she realizes that it is coming from the unborn child. And we're also seeing pictures of ads about Ephemeral, and we start to understand that this drug is basically being given to women to help with their pregnancy, to either help their morning sickness or something. And apparently this was inspired by a real life thing where they had come out with some sort of drug that was supposed to help pregnant women not feel sick in the mornings, and it ended up causing deformities in babies. So that's really bad. So that sort of inspired this plot point. But basically they find out that the Ephemeral is like causing these unborn children to become scanners by giving the drug to the pregnant women. Okay, and then we're about to be sort of in our final showdown, which I think is like, the head explosion is really, really cool, but I think this last section is probably the more interesting special effect to me because it just goes on for such a long time. But basically, we're about to have a final showdown between Revok and Vale, and a lot is revealed. A lot is revealed in this last scene. Basically, that the Ephemeral was originally developed by Dr. Ruth as a tranquilizer. Excuse me. So it was developed as a tranquilizer for pregnant women. And it's also revealed that Revok and Vale are brothers, and Dr. Ruth is their father. How this all went unknown to Vale, I don't know. But they find out that they're brothers. And so we have sort of this like good brother, evil brother at each other situation. I forgot to explain why Revok has that thing on his head, because apparently he tried to like drill into his skull because he had so much going on in his brain. He felt like he was trying to like release the pressure, and he like drilled into his own brain. But he was somehow fine, so that's good. Just a little scar. But yes. And so Dr. Ruth was her father. Dr. Ruth was testing the drug on his wife, who is, of course, Revok and Vale's mother. And so Revok and Vale are apparently the most powerful scanners. And Revok has an idea. So he is planning through this company to create an entire generation of scanners to take over the world, which he'll be in charge of course. And Vale's like, no, I'm the good guy in this movie, so we're not going to do that. And then they have a telepathy battle where they're both inside each other's heads trying to basically explode each other from the inside out. And we get a lot of really fun special effects moments throughout this. For example, you see like their veins like popping up, and like you see parts of their face moving. You see blood. They eventually have a lot of like fire coming out of them because they're like exploding each other from the inside out. And I love what you just said here. Let's see. Mark just said Cain and Abel on steroids. It does feel something like that, actually. That's a good observation. Let's see. Sky Angel said his evil speech was so Magneto. Yeah, absolutely. It's very much like this, like, and this is where I'm like, I can tell some of the writing was rushed, because it's like in this final scene, he's like, okay, here's my master plan and everything I forgot to explain for the rest of the movie. And they just sort of, and that's sort of it. But I think it's still very cool. And I think that final kinetic battle was very, very awesome. Okay. And then Vale's body is basically incinerated with fire. Very exciting. um, and somehow his mind takes over Revik's body to save himself. So Obrist, the Kim Obrist, comes into the room. She sees Vale's body on the ground, dead. She hears Vale's voice come from the corner of the room, but it's Revik, and his scar is gone, and he now has Vale's bright, giant eyes. And Obrist says, Vale says, "We've won," and that's it. Which I was sort of surprised by because for Cronenberg, I don't know, I really expected the evil to win at the end of this. I really didn't expect like the good guys to win. I don't know why I felt that way. Maybe just that I'm just in that sort of cynical place right now. But I was so sure after that huge speech that he was just gonna win and it was gonna end with him like, I don't know, about to sell a bunch of the drug to a bunch of pregnant women or something, and like him taking over the world. But it didn't end like that, so I don't know. Let's see. We have a couple people in here saying Michael Ironstein is badass. He's a great villain. I definitely agree. He also has that sort of that like Widow's Peak, like Jack Nicholson thing going on. Do you know what I'm talking about? These sort of archy eyebrows. Like he has that kind of villain look that like how Jack Nicholson kind of has, where he always has to be like a little bit mischievous or evil or something because his eyebrows and his hairline. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one that thinks that, but I think they definitely have that in common. But he definitely plays a great villain. He's also been in Starship Troopers, Total Recall, Top Gun. What else? I'm trying to think of any other big things. Not sure. He's been in a million things. He's a Canadian actor. I did want to see though if the one that plays Kim, Jennifer O'Neill, I wonder if she's British. Let me look. It says, oh, she was born in Brazil. Okay. Because I remember in The Brood, the actress was talking about during this time in the 70s, late 70s, early 80s, Canadian filmmakers were trying to bring over a lot of British actors because it felt like it gave them like this like sort of artsy clout, if you will. And I was just wondering if some of these people were British or not. Let's see. What if this guy is? No, Montreal. Patrick McGoohan, he technically was born in America, but he's an Irish actor. I guess he moved over there sometime. I don't know. He's considered an Irish actor. I don't know. Okay, so that's sort of the plot. Okay, I'm gonna hop in the chat and see what you guys are saying. Excuse my knee. I'm just like I said, I woke up from that nap and I was like, whoa! And now I still feel kind of like, what? Let's see. Okay, Jay Donovan said Cronenberg was big on tragedy and evil winning. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like I said at the beginning of this month, like I don't know a ton of Cronenberg movies. Like I haven't seen a ton. So I don't want to make any assumptions about trends in his work other than like the obvious stuff. But that is a trend that I thought I understood about Cronenberg, is that they were a little bit more, bummer endings. But not this one, so that's good, I guess. Mark said Anthony Perkins is still my favorite villain. I hear that. Hell yeah. Zachary said Countess Felicia. Yes, I got my hair done this week, and the color she used is called Countess, which I just love more than anything. Honestly, I was so grateful I got my hair done. I was looking so rough, and now I feel like I'm like good for a while, so that's cool. Let's see. Ben said he took over the other guy's body. Yeah, I think apparently. I think that's what the ending is supposed to say, because he doesn't have the scar anymore and he has different eyes. So I feel like that's him saying like, I'm in this body now. I won. I won the telekinetic battle. Oh, and Wish said, wife says hi all. Hello, wife. Hello. Hope you're all doing okay. But yeah, White Claw break. That is one thing I wish I had gotten more of when I went to self-quarantine, is more White Claws. Because now I feel like I have to ration my White Claws. Or I wish I had gotten, like, more wine or something like that. But, I mean, I could still go out, but I'm just trying my best to, like, not. So I can just, if I do have it, I don't give it to other people. It's like, we don't know. It's like no one's showing symptoms here in America yet. Or people are, but like most people are not. And so it's like, if I do have it, I wouldn't really know yet. And so if I don't want to spread it to people that would be, that would have a harder time recovering from it. But I don't know. I might have to get some more White Claw. Something I thought could be fun today, because obviously everyone's social distancing all over the world right now. Everything's freaking crazy. Can everyone in the chat a couple of things? One, I want you to put what you've been watching in the chat, which I forgot to do at the beginning, my bad. What you've watched this week that you really liked and want to recommend to other people. That can be TV shows, it can be movies, whatever. And then I would like you guys to put in the chat also if there is any activities or things that you have found helpful so far for those of you who are social distancing, for those of you that are staying in your houses pretty much full time now. What are the things that are sort of keeping you sane, things that are like helping you get through it, whether that be movies or music or particular podcasts that's helping you out. Like, for me today, but yeah, put that all in the chat and I can read some of them out loud. For me today, like working from home, obviously it's like very easy to get distracted while at home. So I sort of tried to set myself up. I set myself up at my kitchen table, but like facing out the window instead of like facing my apartment. So I felt like I was like somewhere else almost. And then I listened to some podcasts. The ones I listened to today, I will tell you. First of all, Dateline NBC, which is my favorite podcast, literally ever. I think I've listened to every single episode they've put out, but I listened to that. I listened to My Favorite Murder, their new episode that came out today. That's my other favorite podcast. Really, really good. I listened to a couple episodes of Uncover. This is one that was new to me. Georgia Stark on My Favorite Murder recommended it. And they have a few seasons, but the one I started listening to is about Satanic Panic, which I had no idea like really started in Canada. So that was really interesting. I'm like 3 episodes in. So that was a really good one. And they have, every season is based on like a different crazy thing that happened. But that's cool. Let's see. Also, anyone that likes conspiracy theories or just like really weird, unexplainable things, I really love the Mile Higher podcast. They are a couple that live out in Colorado that are just like thinkers, I guess. They cover some true crime cases. They cover a lot of conspiracy theories, a lot of unsolved cases. They cover a lot of alien things. But it's really cool, and my favorite thing that they do is each week they talk about like the craziest headlines from the week, whether it be things about like NASA or something was found in the bottom of the ocean or something. It's really interesting news stories that I feel like are not going to be like headlines to most of us, but they like dig them out and tell you the craziest things that are going on in the world. So that's really cool. And the last one I listened to today is the Rise podcast by Rachel Hollis. She's like a self-help guru, I'll say. But I really like her books. She wrote Girl Wash Your Face and Girl Stop Apologizing and some other books. But I like her podcast. It's very inspirational. It's very like kick in the butt. So whenever I'm feeling like unmotivated or like feeling down on myself or something, listening to the Rise podcast really kind of helps me be like, okay, like we're doing something, which can definitely be helpful. Okay, now let me see what you guys are saying. Um, oh yeah, Ange said some guy who kills people, which I think you recommended to me already. Let me look at the poster. Let's see. 2011. Looks fun. Directed by Jack Perez. Yeah, I need to watch it. Can you tell me where you watched it? Just let me know. Ben says, reading all my books and comics and organizing my junk drawers. This is such a good time for like all those tasks that you never feel like doing because like you're just freaking here. What's funny is that last weekend or I think so. Or sorry, yeah, like 2 weekends ago, I did like a huge house declutter and I canceled all my plans to declutter my whole house and I did it and it was awesome. But now I'm like, oh, I should have just waited, but I couldn't have known. I couldn't have known it would be this crazy. But I should have just waited, but that's okay. In terms of books, the book I am reading right now is The Lying Game. I love thrillers. Like, I love female main character thrillers. Anything by, like, Gillian Flynn, Ruth Ware. Who's that other one? There's a couple more, but I just love a good thriller. And I read, like, a lot of this last night. I told, I don't know if I uploaded this vlog yet. I've been vlogging more for my Patreon. But I mentioned that I'm having a hard time getting through Misery. I've been trying to read this book for like 3 months. And for some reason I can't get through it and I don't know why. Or maybe I do know why. I think part of it is because I know what happens. And so, because obviously I've seen the movie so many times. And as I'm reading, I'm just like, I sort of, everything of tension, I know what it's leading up to. And I'm just like, I already know this part. And I'm just like, dang it. Like, I mean, I don't know. Read the book before you watch the movie, in general. General rule. Okay. Let's see. Stacy says, I had a marathon of Diary of the Dead and VHS. Very cool. That's cool. Yeah, I have such a long watch list that I'm like, I feel like I should just start going through it now. Now it seems like as good a time as any. I do have a couple of Patreon requested reviews that are going to come out this week. I kind of put them on hold for a couple of weeks because like I was just feeling very overwhelmed by everything. But they are coming out this week, so I'm very excited about those. Let's see. Mark watched Smoke and Mirrors. Excellent documentary. And Horror Noir. Nice. Yeah, both awesome documentaries. Highly recommend both of those for sure. Angela said I've been editing pictures. Very cool, very cool. Let's see. Sky Angel, I binged the second season of Kingdom. South Korean zombie. Cool. I don't know anything about that one. That's awesome. And then I have been drawing and reading a lot. Very cool. And the Trevor Noah book is amazing. What's the name of that? Let's see. Let me see if I can find the name of it. Is it You Laugh But It's True? Yeah, that's cool. Maybe I'll check that one out. That sounds cool. Let's see. Ben watching Blood Ride, a new show on Netflix. I don't know anything about that one. Let us know what it's about. Is it horror? Is it crime? Sounds like crime, maybe. Antwish says you got me hooked on Dateline podcast. It's so good, guys. It's so addicting. It's amazing. Michael washed Blood and Black Lace. Very cool. That's awesome. Stacy cleaned out her cosplay closet. Yes. Love that. Anne said conventions are being canceled left and right. I know that is true. Pretty much any convention or festival over the next 3 months has been postponed. That's just kind of what that is right now. New Jersey HorrorCon, which is one that I always go to here, has been postponed until June, and I'm like, is that even going to happen? Like, oh, God, I don't even know. And I think that's the scariest thing about this whole situation is that we really just don't know what it's going to be, when it's going to blow over. We don't know how long things are going to be canceled for. We don't know. We just don't know anything. So that's just what that is for now. Let's see. Ooh, Larry watched It Stains the Sand Red. This is an amazing zombie movie. I definitely recommend people check that out. I think it used to be on Netflix. I don't know if it's on there anymore. Larry, let us know where you watched it. I loved that movie so much. I thought that was really awesome. Sorry I'm going so slow. Ben, the conspiracy podcast was called Mile Higher. The Mile Higher podcast. Mile. Let's see. Michael says, Dave Dubrick YouTube videos make me laugh and keep me sane. That's awesome. Yeah, any YouTube channels that you guys want to recommend each other, that's always great. You know what really calms me down? This is going to sound weird. Maybe I already told you guys this before, but decluttering and cleaning videos, like speed cleaning videos on YouTube, that is like my ASMR. Like for some reason, if I'm really stressed out and I watch that, it is like very calming to me. So definitely going to be watching a lot of those. Let's see. Ollie also said, free time, lots of music, watching new shows I didn't know about. Awesome. William rewatched Masters of Horror series. Yes, I need to watch that. William, could you let us know where you found it online? That'd be awesome. Thank you. Jay Donovan. Okay, Jay Donovan also endorses Some Guy Who Kills People. Nice. And says that's free on YouTube, so we could all watch it. That's great. Jay Donovan says Ruth Ware. Yep, that's my book. I really like this book. Oh, Sky just said Turn to the Key is better. I saw that was on the back of here. I've read The Woman in Cabin 10, but this is only the second one of her stuff that I've read, so I don't know. Let's see. Mark watched The Dark Mile. I don't know that one. Ollie watched Marianne. Yes, everyone. If you haven't watched Marianne on Netflix, it is worth it. If you have the time now, it is amazing. One of my favorite things of 2019 for sure. Was that 2019? No, I can't remember. Oh, Jay Donovan likes Ruth Ware. Okay, cool. That first thing I was like, maybe you don't like her, but no, it seems like you do, so that's cool. And asked how Travis is. Travis is he's doing very well. Unfortunately, he does work in a bar, so that is shut down right now. So that is very bad. But he has spent the last couple of days doing at-home workouts, writing a ton of music. He's a musician. And so he is definitely doing a lot of positive things to like keep himself in a good place. It is really unfortunate that, I understand why they shut bars down. I get it. But restaurants can do the to-go thing and delivery, but bars, that's not really a thing for bars. So they're not doing that. So he is basically out of a job right now, but hopefully, that won't be forever. But we're trying to stay positive. About all of it. Let's see. Louie, hello Louie, asked if I'd seen Cannibal Holocaust. I have still not seen Cannibal Holocaust. If I do watch it, I'll definitely do like a Patreon, commentary on it, because it's just one that I know is going to be like so wild to watch. So, let's see. Sky just says Born a Crime. What is that? Oh, is that wait? No, I wasn't sure that was one of these books. Is that? Let me know what that is. Okay, Ben is saying Blood Ride is a horror anthology about people that take a bus to hell. Ooh, I love that. Oh, I love that idea. That's awesome. Zach says Hunt an Invisible Man on VOD on Friday. Yes, that is very, very exciting. I'm really stoked about that. The Invisible Man is amazing. If you haven't seen it, I would take that opportunity to watch it. And since The Hunt is going to be on there, I am going to watch it and review it. Because I was supposed to go last Friday, but they told us not to go to movie theaters, so I didn't go. Let's see. Oh my God, thank you. Jay Donovan, thank you. I really appreciate that. That's extremely kind of you. Much appreciated. These are trying times for sure. Oh, sorry. Thank you for your club donation. Or club dues. I'm sorry. Club dues. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Okay, Antwist. Oh, supposed to go to a Pittsburgh Horror Fest and meet Art the Clown. That's David Howard Thornton. That's a bummer. I'm sure that's canceled. But he goes to a lot of conventions and fests, so I'm sure you'll have the opportunity again. Thankfully. Oh, nice. Mark said Masters of Horror is on Tubi, which is a free online streaming service. If you guys haven't used Tubi, now is the time. There's a lot of good stuff on there. There's also a lot of really bad stuff on there, so beware, but a lot of good stuff for sure. Ange Wish, no, Travis is not in Quam. He is in a different band called Fat Heaven. Please check them out. I highly recommend them. They're on Spotify and all the places. But yeah. And let's see. Oh, what? I have not seen Pieces. Oh, I'm sorry. Sky Angel said, Trevor Noah, the Trevor Noah title is called Born a Crime. I got you now. I am really excited to see The Hunt. I'm really excited. I also feel like Travis is going to like it too, so we're going to watch it together, so that I think will be fun for us to do. And good night, Ange. Thanks for being here. Much appreciated. Jason for Voorhees is here. What's up going on? Scary Stories of Ghastly Horror is the YouTube name. I love the shirts you sent me. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. That was extremely kind of you. And I did get them, so thank you. That's very nice. Let's see. Oh, Zach watched Yoga Hosers? I have never seen that. Is it okay? The face that you put next to it is making me assume it wasn't good, but let me know. Oh, nice. Jay Donovan said he checked out Fat Heaven a while ago. That's awesome. Yeah, they're on Spotify. They're a really good punk band if you like punk music. Highly recommend. But yeah. Good recommendations, y'all. That was really impressive. Something I do feel excited about in this insane time is reading more and catching up on movies and stuff. I have like a big row of books by my bed, or right over there, of books that I have bought and meant to read and somehow never did. And so I'm going to try to start moving my way through them. I actually also have at least 3 like academic horror books that I haven't read yet. One is The Horror Show, The Monster Show. One is House of Psychotic Women, and then I ordered the post 9/11 horror book that I talked about in our Saw episode of the podcast that came out yesterday. So I'm also going to do quite a bit of studying, which I'm very excited about. I obviously am a horror enthusiast and I love horror movies, but I do want to like try to be as knowledgeable as possible so that when I talk about these things with you guys, like I feel a sense that I know what I'm talking about, and I can like, not that I'm going to be teaching anything, but I just hope that like I'm creating an interesting conversation for you guys that might be outside the realm of how you talk to just one other friend. We can have like a really interesting conversation with all of us. So I'm hoping that me reading those books will get me to that kind of place. Because I know there is just so much I don't know about the horror genre and history of horror, and I always want to know more. So I'm excited about that. But yes, so I'm trying to think what else before I hop off of here. Is there anything else I'd recommend right now? I already said it in like 2 videos, I think, but I am watching The Outsider on Netflix. I mean, The Outsider on HBO. It's really good. Highly recommend. Um, David says, watch City of the Living Dead. Cheesy movie, funny and poorly dubbed. There's nothing sillier than a poorly dubbed movie, let me tell you. Alright, guys. I guess I'm going to hop off of here. I think I might do another live stream throughout the week just to like check in with everyone and see how everyone is doing. I'll see if I can try to do another one with Lauren, maybe via Skype or something, so she can be involved as well, because I know you guys liked hanging out with her last time. But yeah, so I'm going to try to set some more streams up for you guys, because I feel like it's really helpful to just like be having conversations, have social interaction during this insane time. So as much as I can help you guys with that kind of stuff, and I need help with it too. I want to talk to you guys. So thank you all so much, and I hope you all have a very nice Scream. Take care of yourselves, and be kind to each other, and watch horror movies. That's it. Bye, guys. See you later.